I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like stamps and I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying. This shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert. Another cop just stretch the nigga. He a demon, this an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that oath in blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening. Is in fact the If revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jack the Ripper. So war, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real trigger know them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? When he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit light work. It ain't about who got this gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. 6 shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand and feed you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitchin' about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow side, yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
For homicide detectives, the clock starts ticking the moment they are called. Their chance of solving a murder is cut in half if they don't get a lead within the first 48 hours.
I do anything to keep my brother safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. You will find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. I do anything to keep my daughter safe. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. Sitting in that room, hear the interrogator's voice. They asking why I do it, I tell them I had no choice. Couldn't take a threat or a risk to my family, so throw the book at me, I take them charges happily. Ain't no need for no polygraphs or forensics. I put that fucker in a body bag, I'll admit it. Fuck a sentence or the jury that will convict me. They don't understand, it's my family, they represent me. So for them, I risk my freedom, roll the dice. I ain't got much more for you crackers, go ahead and give me life. You don't know what it's like for the people that you love. They ain't there to get salutes, they ain't there to give you hugs. The same that done pulled me from the dirt and from the mud, it's gone because of who? Y'all rather shed your blood. My brother's kids like my other kids. If you touch them, fuck around, get another bid, plus 10. Put me in the Supermax, I get super jacked, working out every day, canteen super stack, cool with that. Long as it mean my daughter's safe, my brother's winning, that's a chance I take. Still my fate, I do anything to keep my brother safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. I got wives that done gave they all to stand beside me. Kids that can't see me fall, look at me proudly. Respected by men with honor up on their name. You harm one of them, I promise that you'll see pain. I'm one West train, made an oath to uphold it. Stood with my back against the wall, never folded. Grew up in the city where the love ain't brotherly. I ain't had too many friends, I ain't need to company. I'm my father's son, so I'm cool, just don't fuck with me. I say that you my homie, you're my brother, then you stuck with me. Never turn my back on mine, it's to the dirt. You cross them across that line, I end you first. What only make it worse is loyalty hard to find. Never think cause you out of sight, you out of mind. And I don't mind dying now, cause reincarnation got me coming back. Same scars in my heart aching. Be parlaying with killers from all places. Every last one of them for me a broad day shit. So what you think, I won't do it for them? Once they let me out the cell, shit, I do it again. It's for the family. I do anything to keep my brother safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. I do anything to keep my people safe. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48.
We talking about practice, not a game, not the game that I go out there and die for and play every game like it's my last. Not the game. We talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that? And we talking about practice.
Best believe that I'm top 3. The only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Put me anywhere other than one that is not me. It's beef, we shred a nigga block, that's chopped cheese. No peace, the butterfly sting him, that's Ali. You reach, I teach him with the handle, that's Kyrie. Machines you hook like a Roman, that's IV. You a sheep, I'ma go, it's a difference, so watch me. You weak, all hooks, no punches, so block these. They mock me, I just show them how it goes. Try to stomach this thug life. They ring got the nose, bandana on the grip. All heads coming out the foe. Connected from Cali to New York, niggas, so let it go. Made for this, nigga, I eat bars and drink flows. Thinking you woke into your third eye, peephole. Line for line, this shit too easy, it's like a free throw. Mastered the game too early, this bitch a cheat code. It ain't a game, these niggas lame, they bring a shame. If I'm with an officer, it's a number in his name. We ain't the same, you want the easy pass, tell him change his lane. Shit, I've been through the fire, you can't stand the rain, take an aim. Tell him runner, he can try his best. Drive a car named after me, that's why I'm in the vet. Laugh at these niggas once again, and I ain't break a sweat. Number 1 at everything I do, that's why I'm one west. The Lord is not the God of the dead, so when I die, coming back for my spot, so forever I'm top 3. Just tell him to watch this, janitor with the mop stick. You gon' need a defensive lineman to block this. On point when I bomb shit, 10 for 10 I do not miss. I'm barking with a full bulldog, it is not mixed. They can see that my mind's sick, I don't write, I find shit. I don't like it, then I switch. If I touch it, it's diamond. Tell a bitch that I'm God sent. It ain't because my kicks is built like 5'6", 5'7", is my bitch. Dangerous, high risk, I lose it, get another one. You think I'm talking about a girl, I'm talking about another gun. We here now, hey look, it is what it is now. We don't fuck with the house niggas, we burn the crib down. I'm ahead now, and I hope they can hear now. I don't care if you think it's it, nigga, I don't fear clown. Silences make it sound like raindrop, that's a quiet storm. Get the job done in the view or get fired on. If you niggas standing for nothing, what you dying for? If you put real with real, that's how I was born. Walking this bitch ready for war, I'm in riot form. I want these niggas to see me flex, that's why I am armed. I shouldn't live in the crib, nigga, I should buy a farm to go through this shit so effortless. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3.
YAHANNA, you know the chop. I.S.U.P.K. Badness no sir. Let me tell you how the badness steer. Dopey bad fly when the Glock display. Tell a boy say no try box this face. Back switch face. You know how your blood clot casket stay, boy. You must see one Baptist prayer. When the map stick raise that big straight. Shot misplaced. The key then in your head stop misbehaved. Crack his face. The key never tell us we lock this place. Which locksmith anyway watch this place. War with them bunny like plastic plate. Hey, we don't play around. When you see the U.P.K around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds. We don't play around. When you see the U.P.K around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds. We no take drape up. We no take date up, we no stay up. And when the next day come, we no change up. My heart, them brothers, them wake up. AK boss boy, head top shake up. So tell a pussy hold down, violate us. No care where you status, where you take up. Every man a killer till miss a dead face, you straight up. Great stuff, one West link bigger than NATO. Man we bust it to NATO. Only man we afraid of, that are the creator, the maker. Hey, we don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds. We don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15 and AR rounds. AR-15s and AR rounds. AR-15s and let me tell you how the badness steer. Dopey bad fly when the Glock display. Tell a boy say no try box this face. Back switch face. You know how your blood clot gasket stay, boy. You must see one Baptist prayer. When the map stick raise that lick straight. Shot misplaced. The teeth them in your head stop misbehave. Crack his face. The key never tell us so we lock this place. Which locksmith anyway watch this space. War red them bunny like plastic plate. We don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds.
Good. All right, let's clap it up. Yeah, but Shema Shabrak Thumb, Yahweh Shemala Thunba Shem Yahweh Shai. Coming in live from DC. Wednesday night scripture breakdown / law class. Any questions you have, you know what I mean, you could ask it. Any questions or anything you needed to clarity on, let's get it, all right? You all know this weekend, New York cookout, East Coast, Salakia, East Coast headquarters region, cookout Saturday the 27th, huge camp, Times Square, boys. I mean, that's, you know, in every priest and prophet's life, that's damn near sacred ground. Times Square is something ridiculous. I urge you to just, you know, make every effort, if you can, to get there. All right, Times Square is going to be something insane. All right, Commander General YAHANNA coming through. You all know he's going to tear the thing down every time he touched Times Square. It's a ridiculous video, viral video. Right. You know what I mean? Ridiculous. Because, of course, seeing black men and so much power in a place like that to the oppressor is like, you shouldn't be here. So you're going to get every which way, every nutcase, everyone who think they know something, going to try and going to get, you know, you're going to get famous. That's what I'm going to say. You want to be famous, nigga? Look, you're famous now. You're famous now. So for all the haters out there, come to Times Square. You know what I mean? For all the haters out there, all the challengers who have something to say, UPK is not the home of the truth, this, that, the other, and, you know, the Lord dealing with everybody. Well, you know, come before everybody and prove your cause. Produce your cause, Salakia. All right, produce your cause. So, yeah. All right. So, again, Times Square, you all know what it is. This Saturday, 27th, all day affair. Commander General YAHANNA going to be coming through. Saturday night, I.S.U.P.K hosting a yacht party. You're going to be on that old 50-foot, 60-foot, 100-foot yacht. I don't know what Cesaria got. You know what I mean? You're going to be going around and showing Israel how to really get with it. And Sunday is the 28th, I believe. The 28th, Marcus Garvey Park, from just about 12 noon till maybe 8 or 9, I.S.U.P.K annual cookout, East Coast headquarters, hosting it. You'll make sure and get up there in New York. Do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Reserve. You know, call in sick from now. Let your boss know you're going to be sick on Monday so you could, you know, make it in the proper way. You know what I mean? So that is it. All right. Okay, so tonight, any questions? You can get. Come on.
Kind of, sir. So okay, so the question I have is about tithing, and 10% of any increase goes to the school. So if one is starting a business, and the way it's taught, whenever you whenever you start a business and you have very slim to little profits, they encourage you to take whatever you have and invest it back into the business. Whatever that those profits that you get initially, is that tithable money? Because they're saying if you're not taking it, you're just taking everything back and putting it back into said business.
And who says that?
Basically the world.
Okay, so that's the custom of our oppressor. All right. So when the oppressor, does he pay his bills at all? He pays his bills, or he puts everything back into the business.
No, he
because I would imagine you would need lights on to run a business, right? You would need some lights on to run a business. You would need, food, right? So the oppressor has to go to the grocery store, right? I would imagine you would need gas in your car. So how does he run the business if he puts everything back in? So that's what I'm asking. Does he put everything back in?
No, he doesn't.
All right, break it down.
Because just like you said, there are operating costs to running a business.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever profits he's getting, he's putting it to pay those operating costs.
Okay.
And then he's putting the rest into what they say, into growing it.
Into growing it. Okay. All right, I'll take that. So then is he paying any taxes?
They some slick devils.
Oh, well, break it down. Break it down for me so I can understand how slick the slope is.
Yeah,
break it down so I can understand it.
So what they do is having a regular slavery, the taxes get taken out before you even get your cut of it.
Mm-hmm.
What they do is they'll hold off on paying the taxes,
mm-hmm.
and then at the end of the year, quarterly, what they'll do is say, well, I had to buy gas, and I had to pay a phone bill, or I had to have this dinner, or I had to do all this X amount of stuff. So all these get deducted
mm-hmm.
within whatever I made, and
mm-hmm.
by that time comes, it'll be like, well, I didn't make anything, so I'm not paying any taxes.
Okay. So you're saying that the taxes is dependent on the profit?
No, it's dependent on what they spend for said business, and then they take that from the profit.
Okay.
And then if it goes within a certain threshold, then they'll say, okay, well, since you spent this much to support this business, you didn't meet that threshold, so you don't have to pay anything. That's why I say these niggas, they some slick back.
Okay, so they're saying basically that the taxes would be dependent on your expenditure. Okay. And depends on how much you spend. Then what?
Then they'll take that from the when your gross pay, whatever it is, and then let's just say your expenditures was $60,000 and you made $80,000. Now you get taxed on the $20,000.
Okay.
And sometimes that could be either very little or nothing at all.
Okay, I understand. Okay, no sweat. Okay, but then you would pay taxes still, and you paying taxes on your gas anyway, and you're paying taxes on your lights and your food, right? So now what you giving me is according to the oppressor's laws. And what's the law on tithes?
Anything that you get, anything that you
gain, right? Anything that you gain. So would you pay tithes on a loan?
No.
Why?
Because you're paying that back.
That's not your money. It's not an increase. You get the point? It's if anything, it's damn near like an advance because you're paying back into it. You understand what I'm saying? Really, let's say you take a loan for $3,000, right? in a few months you would have that money, but you need it now. So you're going to get this loan now in an agreement that in a few months you're going to pay that thing right back. You get the point? So, but when you get, as you paying it back, as you getting an income, you're paying tithes on your increase. You understand what I'm saying? So now, as far as with a business, you're the business owner. You should treat tithes in the same way on your increase. So now let's say your business is, let's say the startup cost for your business is $10 or whatever you're selling. You make charging cords, right? So for one charge cord to get all this put together and the little metal and the wire in it, it costs you $10, right? Typically for business, you charge at least 200% to make profit. If I'm making this for $10, selling it for $12 is nothing, because the gas I'm spending going back and forth, this, that, the other, and just your own equity into it, you want to make back at least the 10. So you'll sell it for 20 at least. So the 20 would be the profit. So now when you get 20, you're not tithing $2. You get the point? 10% of 20 is 2. What is the increase? $10. 10. Okay. That profit is that's the tithe. You understand? Not what's going back in. What you put in initially is, you're not tithing on that. You're tithing on the increase. You understand? So now that's what you would tithe. Now, if you spend nothing to get it, you could do, well, you sort of call it some kind of marketing or something, shipping, something with Amazon, where that's probably it, where you like the middleman. Somebody selling this already for 10, you not spending no money for it, you getting it bought for 20 or 30, whatever it is, whatever is the increase, because you're not spending nothing. So whatever comes into you, that's what it is. You're gonna tithe on that. So now you have a business. After your cost is covered, that increase is what you would tithe on. You get the point? You could tithe on your business. If the business pays you. You get the point? You could do that. Some people do it in a way where the business is a company. It has expenses. And part of the expenses is the salary paid to you as an employee. That increase, you tithe on that, because the rest of it is business expense that goes right back into the business. You understand what I'm saying? So the business itself doing it, I would say just tithe the business. Whatever the business makes, just do that thing. Even the whole separation, that's I.S.U.P. The whole separation of, well, that ain't me. This is this cup. Right. It's not really me, but yet still I'm operating the cup. That whole thing is really I.S.U.P. It would really be you getting the increase. You get the point? This is you getting this increase. So you would pay the tithes on your increase. So now if your business for the year made $1, what's you going to say? I need to put all this back in because the profit is so small? No. That's it. Right? It's like I.S.U.P. don't care if your profit is small when he's ready to tax you. Right? You're still going to pay your taxes as normal. Right? So paying taxes is considered being a good American citizen. Right? So be a good citizen of Jerusalem. Pay your tithes. That's all. It ain't that complicated. You could have 10 businesses. You could have, you could sell hot dogs. Whatever increase you make, 10% of it belongs to the Lord. You can pay it now, you can pay it later, or the extortioner could come for it. Yeah, the extortioner could come get you, and then that'll be that. You get my point? So yeah, that's how it would be for a situation like that. You would pay the 10% on the increase of what you're getting. You understand? That's how you would do it. 10% on that increase of what you're getting. So like you get up and to what? Appreciate it. All right. Any more questions?
So we have a question. That's what we went over last week.
Mm-hmm.
Someone else asked it. It says, Coral Hum says, can I get a breakdown on 1 Corinthians 11 and 14?
Okay, is that the same brother who asked it last week?
It was a different brother.
Okay, this brother who's asking the question, is that the only question that's on there? Okay, the brother who asked that question, 1 Corinthians 11 and 14. Watch last week's class. We broke it down, I think, in the second hour of the class. All right, we just go into it real shortly for tonight. But it's extensively broke down in that last second hour of the class last week. So just check it out, all right? Go ahead, Bukwai.
This, you want me to read the scripture?
Yeah.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 14. Doth not even nature itself teach you?
Skip up to 1 and 2. Skip up to the praying or prophesying with the head uncovered.
1 Corinthians 11 and 4. Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head. Verse 5. But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth
How are we looking at?
With her head uncovered, dishonoreth her head. For that is even.
Just text it to me, please. I'll pay attention to your phone. I'm gonna text it. Right?
For that is even all one.
Oh, sure.
As if she were shaven.
Okay, read it one more time.
1 Corinthians 11 and 4. Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 5. But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head covered, with her head uncovered, dishonoreth her head. All
right, so the brother who asked the question, once again, you could get a more extensive breakdown. Just go back, watch last week's class, especially like the second half. I believe we went into it. Somebody asked the same thing, all right? So the point here, the spirit of it here is what? Who remembers? All right, I'm going to break it down since none of y'all remember. A man praying or prophesying with his head covered, it dishonors the Lord. You're supposed to have your head uncovered. A woman having her head uncovered, praying or prophesying, meaning what? She's in class. She's in a high holy day. Her head is supposed to be covered to show humility, right? To show that she's humble and not a proud-ass monster like what this world makes woman, right? That's what this scripture is talking about. A man praying and prophesying with his head covered dishonors his head. So a man's head is supposed to be uncovered, which is why our headpieces have that hole in the crown. It's always having that crown exposed. A woman praying or prophesying with her head uncovered dishonors her head. Who is her head? That man, her husband, her father, or that father figure. She's absolutely dishonorable and shameless and like a dog. And you know what a female dog is. She should cover her head, right? She should show that she has power, that she could submit, that she could yield, that she could just quiet down and shut up, and her opinion does not matter in this case. And that is very healthy for a young sister. It's healthy. It's even healthier for a brother to witness that situation. It will do tremendous things for your self-esteem, for your confidence, for your masculinity, to be around a absolutely feminine woman who is so feminine, brother. She has no ambition to be some proud, loud monster. That's the spirit of this. Question.
So is that even in your prayer closet by yourself that a woman should be covered?
Read the scripture one more time.
But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered dishonoreth her head.
Did it give stipulations on where? No. Did it give stipulations on time? No. So what does that mean? When you're praying, you calling on the Lord for something. You praying on a timely fashion, or it might be some emergency. You may not have a headscarf. You could do this. You could put your hand over your head and cover your head. All right. But a woman, you wake up in the morning, you're going to pray to the Lord. You're going to say the Our Father. You're going to face the east, say the Our Father. You better get a scarf. You better get a bandana and drape that thing over your head like a good, humble daughter. Like you belong to somebody and you matter, and somebody should listen to you because of how feminine you are. This world makes women think that the only way that their voice can be heard is by being loud and extra and all in everybody's face and running, being a boss bitch. You ever heard that? I'm a boss bitch. That's the easiest way to get ignored by the Lord. That's why a boss bitch has to do what? What does she have to do? Give me some shit a boss bitch has got to do.
She has to pay for a man's company.
She had to pay for a man's company. Let's go. Keep going.
She has to be loud all the time.
She gets no rest. She got to be that 24/7. Go ask about boss bitch how tired she is. She always tired because she always working. Because you have to work to be that when you could have shut your mouth and be feminine. And somebody will just listen to you when you're not even talking. You don't even have to talk, and your man gonna know what's going on. Your kids gonna know. The Lord gonna know what's going on. When you want to run your mouth and be somebody you're not, you're gonna work for your whole life. You get the point? You're gonna be lonely. You're gonna be frustrated. You're going to be a goddamn drug addict because you're gonna be full of so much pain because you're screaming all day and in everybody's face and vaunting yourself like you're something, and nobody's still gonna listen to you. And you're going to be louder and more flamboyant and more this and more fierce and more this. And then at night when you go home, you got to go past by the gas man. You got to go past by the perks man. You got to get drunk so you could go to sleep on that big, lonely, cold bed because you wouldn't shut your mouth and cover your head. Get the point? Now, the opposite of that is a sister, brother, who wants for nothing. She's happy. Them kids love her. That man love her. Sisters love her, which is something rare for sisters. Sisters very rarely have real, true, authentic sisterhood and sisters who have genuine friends. You always have to watch your back, sis. You always watch this one and watch who say what. And yeah, I'm here eating with you, but I don't really, mess with her like that. Because all of y'all head uncovered and y'all some loud mouth female dogs. And each of you all know that about each other. And that's why as soon as one gets up, what happens? Who knows? Come on, sis. As soon as you go to the bathroom, you could go pay for the whole table. Who she thinks she is paying for? She think we broke? In fact, bitch, bring lobster. Bring this. Let's make her pay more. Because you're not feminine. You're a dog. Right? That's the spirit of this. The Lord wants you to not have that spirit. Because that spirit is absolutely unhealthy. You're going to take that spirit home to your husband and ruin him. You're going to take that spirit home to your children and ruin them. They're seeing you acting the fool. And they're gonna grow up all twisted up. The Lord don't want that. And the Lord wants a man to be absolutely masculine and a woman to be absolutely feminine. And that head covering is an outward show of what's in your spirit. You get the point? It's an outward show of what is in your spirit. The Muslims like to wear that kufi and pray publicly. They dishonor their head, who is a fake stone named Allah, because their head is covered. That's the first thing. And of course, praying publicly, the Lord say don't do that because you're a hypocrite. You're actually doing it for people to see. You're not actually doing it for the Lord. But their head is covered. The Jewish man wears that small hat, right? That yarmulke. They call them small hats. His head is covered. The Lord said, pray with your head uncovered if you're a man. You get the point? If you're a woman, you pray with your head covered. You get the point? Of course, in the Christian church, they teach women to do it, but under that covering is a lot of hoeing going on in that church. Under that big 10-gallon hat is 10 gallons of hoeing going on. 10 gallons of loud-mouth hoeing going on and cooking for pastor and not the man, right? Because they're not. It doesn't train them to be humble. It's a spirit. It's not just doing it. It's just that spirit of it. But of course, doing it and in the right environment with the right teaching, you're going to get it. You're going to get it. So that's the spirit of this right here. Now skip me down to the verse that he wants. All right.
1 Corinthians 11:14. Does not even nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it is a shame unto him?
Read it one more time.
Come on. Does not even nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it is a shame unto him? Right.
So now it skip forward. Once again, brother, the brother who asked him this question, you could definitely go check out that class from last week. All right. We went into it extensively. I'm not going to repeat it again for time's sake. But this part here is saying, does not nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it is a shame unto him? It's a question, meaning this. Paul here was dealing with brothers who was telling brothers they had to cut their hair, or a woman who did not want to cover her hair. And he had to explain that, sis, if you're not covering your hair, it's the same as if you were shaved bald. From the sisters, how does a woman feel if she doesn't have long hair? Raise your hand. Go ahead. Her self-esteem is low. She is ashamed. So now Paul is saying, if you don't want to cover your head, then you should shave all your hair off and be a nigger. Be shamed. You get the point? Because, of course, you're shameless. That's why you don't want to cover your head. So let's just shame you. And let's just go ahead and cut your hair. So now if I go threaten a sister right now, come here, let me shave your head. You'll do what? Hell no, you ain't cutting my hair. Well, if you don't want me to cut your hair, cover your head when you're praying and prophesy. When you're in class, in your high holiday. If you see that you being without hair is a shame, then it's the same as you being without a covering in the presence of the Lord. It's a shame. So you should cover your head. Now, for a man hair is uncovered. And a brother who has hair, brothers have different lengths of hair. It's not a shame to him if he has long hair or short hair or nothing. All that matters is his head is uncovered. The crown of his head is uncovered. By law, a priest has to wear a headpiece. So you're going to have a headdress or a head attire, which could come in the form of that, which is a war band, or what Bukwash is wearing, which is a war scarf, or what I'm wearing, which is a meat tree, or what these two brothers are wearing, which is more so like, it's like a headband, but it's more fancy. It's more, it has a little bit more art craft into it. You get the point? But all that is our culture, and it has nothing to do with a man's hair. And if a man's hair is long, it's not a shame to him. Paul was going through this whole battle back then, just like in the Christian church today. They try to get brothers to cut the hair off and cut the hair low. Now, if a man wants to cut his hair on his own and keep it low, that's his prerogative. But this is not something we teach that you have to do as doctrine. You want to cut your hair? Do it. You want to braid your hair? Do it. You want to grow an afro? Do it. Right? Read the next verse.
Verse 15. But if a woman have long hair, it is a glory to her, for her hair is given her for a covering.
Right? For her hair is given to her for a covering. If a woman have long hair, it's a glory to her. But if a man has it, is it a shame to him? Hell no, it's not a shame unto him. It's not a shame unto him to have long hair at all. Whoever is trying to oppress you, brother, by making you feel like it's a shame for you to have long hair, they're Satan. They goddamn Satan. You want to grow your hair out? Grow it out. If I was you, brother, there's something called male pattern baldness. You get the point? There's something called male pattern baldness. If you could grow your hair, grow it now before that bitch come catch you. Because when that shit come catch you, brother, it's an absolute wrap. It's an absolute wrap. You're going to watch pictures. You're going to reminisce. You're going to be like, yeah, boy. You might even have a phone. You know, to be flipping the pages on them big old albums when you used to have hair. You get the point? But before that thing come catch you, and it comes to catch you, go braid up that hair. Go do it if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine. But it's not against the Bible to have hair that's quote unquote long for a brother. Right? It's going to stop where the Lord wanted to stop. You're not going to grow hair down to your lower back. You get the point? Read the next verse. Where we have no such customs.
Verse 16. But if any man seem to be contentious.
But if any man seem to be contentious means what? Argumentative. If any man wants to contend with this thing, wants to challenge it, wants to, speak against it or argue that this is wrong, what is wrong? That a man can't have long hair, that a woman should cover her head, that a man hair is wherever the Lord wants it to stop. If any man seems to be contentious, go ahead.
We have no such custom.
We have no such custom of a brother having to cut his hair. That's not our custom. That's actually the custom of the Greeks and the Romans. Really, it comes from Egypt. Egypt, in the Egyptian culture, having hair was considered what? It was considered unclean or dirty. having hair, that whole thing where you shave your body clean and shit like that, that's Egyptian. That's not our culture. The shape ups, this old square haircut. They that whole thing. This is not against the sisters. You for sure free to do it. Go ahead.
I would say almost the same spirit as our oppressor.
Well, that's where it comes from. This is why this place is spiritually Egypt, right? But that whole thing with how to shave the hair, that Egyptian hairstyle was a bald head, even till this day, with the little braid coming out, right? Or they shave it off and put on that headpiece, that old pharaoh snake headpiece, right? The Egyptians they hated hair, right? They saw it as unclean. Give me Genesis 40 or 41, where Pharaoh sent for Joseph. Go ahead.
Sorry, sir. I have a couple comments and a precept.
Okay, go ahead with the comments.
We have also Zabadi that says, Salaki, sir, I have as well as a headpieces priests wear when teaching.
Right, you wear headpieces when you're teaching. That's correct.
And there's a precept for the shaven woman. Our Wadi says, Salaki, sir, Ecclesiasticus 26 and 25, a shameless woman. Talking about her hair as well.
All right, let me hear it.
It's Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, verse 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord.
Read one more time.
A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord.
Right, a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. What is a female dog? A bitch, a shameless woman. Right? That precept about her covering her head is to have her head, she's under subjection. Just think like this: proud, humble. Proud, humble. Just think like that in the spirit, right? That covering is to make her humble. That covering is to show that she does have shame. She understands what she should and should not do as a woman. You get the point? Please.
There's a sister online says from Princess Masara. Says, Salaki, sir, can you explain the part about her hair being her covering?
Her hair being her covering is okay. Without her hair, how do you look at her?
So I would say the same thing like when she's bald-headed.
How you look at her? No, sir, Salaki, come on. Let's keep it simple. Keep it real simple.
Her head's uncovered.
Like a man. You look like a nigger. You look like a man, Amber Rose. You look like a nigger. She has no covering now because you're a man. You could go up. Go on up, Nakai. You good. Go on up. All right. See you later, mama. So now without the head, the hair on her head, she's not feminine. She's not female. That's her covering. That's what, just think you're covering like, okay, a coat that you wear when you go out so that you're not cold, an umbrella that covers you, not umbrella. What's that thing from the sun? Parasol. You're going to have a parasol so you ain't burning in the sun, an umbrella that covers you from the rain. Think in the spirit. That hair that you got on your head, sis, it's not like a man's hair. The way how you rock it, it's not like a man. And because you rock it the way you do, a man will kill a whole nation for you. Now, go shave it off. Go be G.I. Jane. Go be, what's the broad name? Jada Pinkett. Go be that hoe. Does she have any protection? Did she have any protection at all? No. That's the proof. Will Smith went to protect a bald-headed hoe. And did everybody support him? No. He looked weak. Now, if he went up there, if anybody's does Denzel Washington's wife does she need protecting from somebody making fun of her? Do you even know her name? But that's his woman though. For how many years? Like 30-something years, 40-something years. Damn near. You don't even know that broad name. You don't even know. Ask Denzel if he'll kill anybody who come near her. Yes, he will. She has protection though. But that bald-headed bitch, that how Snoop saying, you dog-headed bitch. She got no protection now. Her son is damn near a sodomite. Her daughter is a little hoe. Her husband is a effeminate. Because she won't cover her goddamn head. Is it literally her head is not covered? The spirit behind it. She's a proud bitch. So her whole house is in shambles. You get the point? Come on.
Slagger, with Denzel Washington's wife, she has short hair, and just like you're saying, no one's talking about her.
Okay, she ain't got short hair like Jada Pinkett.
Not like that.
Yeah, she ain't no nigga. Yeah, she's not that. She's not that. Will Smith looked like he with that alien from Men in Black. That bro. Yeah, she sit down there with her whole ugly face looking at him in the awards. You know what I mean? But if she was a humble sister that this brother was making fun of, you know, when Kanye West went to attack Taylor Swift, where did all the sympathy go? To Taylor Swift. All right then. She a white hoe. She got some hair on her head though. Salak, yeah, bad example, but you'll forgive me. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was like, even like how our sisters were given where, you know, is it weave or wig? It's like it's because they find it important. You know?
Exactly. It's an important thing to have. That's it. You know what I mean? What's going on with Israel now? The Lord done smited his sisters in Israel. It says that in what is Isaiah? Isaiah, right? 3 and something, no, 4 and something, right? What else? Who are they, Hannah? Go ahead.
If I may, what was the verse in Genesis?
Genesis 41 and 14. Now you all know Joseph, right? Joseph got sold into slavery, correct? Right? Joseph got sold into slavery by his brothers. He sold to the Midianites, who are the Arabs today, part of the Arab. They're under the Arab umbrella. They're under the house of Ishmael. And he went into several different slaveries after that and ended up in Egypt. All right. So now he is in Pharaoh's slave quarters or the dungeon. And he is there. And Joseph had the ability to interpret dreams. All right. And because he had the ability to interpret dreams, he not famous for it, but certain people knew he had the ability to interpret dreams. So now he interpreted the dreams of, I think, the cook and the baker. He interpreted their dreams. Pharaoh had a dream about what? 7 fat cows, and then he had another dream about 7 skinny cows. Right? He couldn't understand what the hell it was talking about. So they overheard it and said, yo, there's a slave you got down there. This nigga could interpret dreams. He could tell you exactly what these dreams mean. Pharaoh sent for Joseph. All right. And of course, this was this dream that Pharaoh had was the Lord showing Pharaoh that he was about to hurt Egypt. He was about to plague Egypt with drought and famine, which was those 7 the cows, the lean cows. Right. Each cow represented a year. The fat cows represented a year, and Joseph went in there and explained the whole thing to him that you're going to have a certain amount of years of, you know, exorbitant food, you know, all the food going to be in abundance. And if I was you, I would stock it up, save, stock up, buy, because them 7 other cows with these bellies showing and the rib cage showing, that's famine coming to Egypt, and he ain't going to have no food. And Pharaoh listened to him. And that's how Egypt became the empire you know it as. Because during those 7 years, all the other kingdoms or nations around would come to Egypt to buy grain and to buy food that they stocked up in them 7 fat years. Joseph really delivered Egypt. All right, come on.
The precept you look for the scab on their crown.
Hold that. I'm going to come back right back to that, all right? Give me Genesis 41 and 14.
Genesis chapter 41, verse 14. Then Pharaoh sent and called Joseph, and they brought him hastily out of the dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
And he shaved himself.
And he what?
And he shaved himself.
Go ahead.
And changed his raiment. and came unto Pharaoh.
And came in unto Pharaoh. Like he had to go clean up. You get the point? Because him having, you remember, he was a skip up to verse 12.
Verse 12. And there was there with us a young man, and Hebrew, servant to the captain of the guard. Right? There was with us a young man, a Hebrew. What is the custom of the Hebrews? Beard, braids. Right? That's our custom. Right? Or hair. Not having a bald head. You can't have a bald head. Not a forcibly bald one. If you have a naturally bald one, that's fine. Right? Keep reading. Come. And we told him, and he interpreted to us our dreams. Mm-hmm. To each man, according to his dream, he did interpret. Right? So this is them telling Pharaoh, listen, this man, he interpreted our dreams, and he was absolutely right. So now, skip to 14. Come. Verse 14. Then Pharaoh sent and called Joseph, and they brought him hastily out of the dungeon. Mm-hmm. And he shaved himself, mm-hmm, and changed his raiment, and came in unto Pharaoh. Right, so Pharaoh is like who? Biden. So imagine you going to the White House to meet Biden from the bottom of society, right? Like prison or just, the lowest part of society. You will have to do what? You get a haircut and get that shit perfectly square. Let them put the little card on your fucking head and, excuse me, we're gonna spray that black shit. Spray it, and then spray it with the alcohol. And then you got to go and get measured for a suit because you're going to meet Biden. That was going on way back in Egypt. You get the point? And he had to shave himself to appear how? How would that make him appear to the Egyptians? Like one of them.
How would you say it? Even today, I just said it would make you appear clean. You ever hear the phrase clean shaven? That's what it means. It doesn't mean like no hair. It means what you appear to be now, which is clean. You look like you're looking clean. Like how we even say that? Man, that should look clean. Like now you're looking presentable. No, you look civilized now. You get the point? That's Egyptian culture. That's the culture of America. That's how it is. Like getting rid of the hair. Sophisticated. Next time, raise your hand. You're right. Right? That's that type of culture. Right? That's not our culture, though. If any man be contentious, we have no such custom. That's the custom of the heathens. All right. What's the one you was holding?
Isaiah chapter 3, verse 17. Therefore, the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, mm-hmm, and the Lord will discover their secret parts.
All right. So that's a precept for sisters not being able to have that long hair and discover the secret parts is what? Where you at, Isaiah 1?
Isaiah 3 and 17.
3 and 17. Okay, go ahead, Shapan. Nope.
Their rebellious nature.
Nope, secret parts. Yep. Meaning what? You see the way how our people dress today, our women dress today? Right. You see that girl, that FNF girl, FREE. You see how she dressed for the video? That's a curse act. That's an absolute curse. That's it's a punishment to dress like that. You get the point? It's a punishment where her secrets are discovered. Right. There's nothing more to imagine about what she got. Yeah. There's absolutely, what is there? Come on.
Sluggy, sir. It's heavy that you bring that because when you brought this out last week, when he was going over this last week, you were saying how brothers in here, when sisters have the headpiece, just kind of imagining how long their hair is or what
the hell is under that shit.
But in the world, everybody's showing everybody.
You don't got to imagine nothing. That's why she got to reinvent herself on every Instagram post. She got to have 1,000 wigs. She got to have, different makeup. And there's nothing to imagine because of the pride of it. And America makes you feel our oppressor is Satan.
the seduction in it is that this feels powerful when you're making yourself such a victim. You're making yourself powerless. You're making yourself worthless. And it's really a curse from the Lord for having. Give me the part where it says, stretch forth next and proud look, a proud, haughty look.
Verse 15. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 15. What mean ye? And ye beat.
No, that's not it.
It's God. It's in the bottom of it.
Of 15?
I'm sorry, this is 16.
Oh, Salaki, go ahead.
Sorry, verse 16. Moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty.
Are haughty, which is what? Proud. Proud. And that pride doesn't come naturally. That pride has to be instilled. Normally, a sister is not that proud. She's not that out there. Somebody has to what? She's not out there. Somebody has to turn her out. Somebody had to turn her out. And it's so horrible because this, without the Lord, everybody else is such base creatures. Somebody is salivating at the thought of turning you out. You too good. You're too prissy. You're too humble. You're too quiet. I'm going to turn you out. That's such an evil, predatory thing to say to somebody. And it happens to both young brothers and young sisters. It happened, the whole WNBA is about that shit, oppressing straight women. Go ahead.
So how are we supposed to embrace our beauty without it being vanity, though?
Who's supposed to embrace your beauty?
Like ourselves without a self.
Are you supposed to embrace your own beauty?
I'm not sure. Like,
no, okay, no sweat. What type of shoes do you like? Just name one.
I like shoes to be comfortable.
Just to tell me one. Give me. Everybody have a brand. So don't give me that generic answer.
Nike, Converse.
Give me. There's many Nikes. Give me something.
I like Jordan.
You like Jordans, right? How do you embrace Jordans? Just by does Jordan embrace itself, or do you embrace the Jordan?
I like the color or the style.
No, meaning, okay, when you say embrace, okay, like how you say, how do you embrace your beauty? The Jordans to you are beautiful. Does the Jordan embrace itself, or do you embrace the Jordan?
I embrace the Jordan.
So you can't embrace yourself. Your beauty is embraced by a man. Give me up it. Your beauty is embraced by the Lord. Your beauty is not embraced by you. Why? Why your beauty can't be embraced by you?
Because is that us being in vanity? So is that
not so much the vanity part. That's true, but that's not the root of it. Why can't it be embraced by you? No sweat. Anybody else? Any other sister want to try? Come on, sis. You can't see yourself. I'll take that. You walking in the neighborhood. Not a problem. You want to try?
I want to say because you're not all what you really think you are.
You wake up today sad. So are you beautiful today? I know the delay was enough for me. The delay was enough. You ain't got to say no more. Listen, I'm gonna help you, sis. The delay was enough. Sisters battle with this because this is such a part of who they are. And your mood affects how you think. Your mood affects your outcome. Go ahead.
But I was saying, like, I don't feel that I should be defined. My beauty shouldn't be defined by somebody else, though.
Okay.
Depending on regardless, like, I understand what you're saying as far as like my mood can affect how I'm feeling that day, because I feel like I'm beautiful in sweatpants or whether I'm in a dress or a skirt.
Okay.
Regardless of anything, I feel like I'm beauty. My beauty lies within, not my physical being, though.
Okay, so if it lies within, what does dressing half naked have to do with anything? That's outside.
Right.
So then.
But what's the name? When I don't want to be uncovered because I feel like that may be projecting myself to be as a harlot.
And what happens? And what happens the day when you don't feel that?
When I don't feel like what?
That being uncovered projects yourself like a harlot. What happens the day? I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying for argument's sake. You said I don't feel like being uncovered because it'll feel like projecting myself to be a harlot. What happens the day when you don't feel like that no more? Or any sister, it doesn't feel.
I feel like it's because of more so like what is projected on the outside. Like what men would say, like, oh, they're a whore or they're a roller because of the way, or like if they are undressed or half covered, it seems like, oh, they're easy going. So it seems like, oh yeah, she's about it, whatever the case may be.
Right.
But I can embrace who I am and still have respect whether I have clothes on or not, because I was born
so so okay, hold on.
Okay, so of course I wouldn't walk around like that per se for myself.
Why you wouldn't walk around like that?
Why wouldn't I walk around?
Yeah, why you wouldn't walk around naked?
Because one, I feel like
you feel?
No, not feel. Okay. According to the scripture, as far as I don't know who.
Yeah, I know you don't know.
But no, they said to cover the father. They said to cover the father, that we should be covered. Correct or not?
No, that's not correct.
Okay.
All right.
I'm just trying to understand.
I'm gonna help you understand, sis. I'm gonna help you understand. Do you have a slavery?